There are two parts to threading the lower part of the Bernina sewing machine. The first is putting thread on your bobbin. I don't actually have an empty bobbin right now, so I'm going to show you, and this can be kind of a handy trick if you want to change thread colors without unwinding your entire bobbin. So I'm going to use one that actually already has some white on it, but I'm going to wind it with black. So I want my spool pin up, that stays here, and I'm going to go ahead and put my black thread on the spool pin. So I'm going to place my black thread here. My bobbin I'm going to snap into place on the bobbin spool, and I'm going to turn my machine on. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to pull my new thread across, and you can see there are arrows on the top of the machine that tell me which direction the thread should go. So I'm going to loop this around, and it's going to cross over itself on the top. Next I'm going to bring it here, and again I have an arrow that shows me which direction to wrap this around. So I'm going to just give it a few wraps around so that it doesn't come undone. Then I'm actually just going to hold on to this end so that when it starts spinning I don't lose it and it doesn't spin without winding. So the mechanism for turning on the bobbin winder on this is pretty simple. It's this switch that we have right here, so when you push it towards the bobbin spool it's going to start winding automatically. So I'm going to hold this while pushing this over, and you can see how it automatically winds thread onto my bobbin. So I'm going to lift this up. The Bernina has a handy little thread cutter right here, so I'm just going to drag that right there, and I have my bobbin threaded. The second piece to having your bobbin threaded, or your lower thread finished, is to pull out your bobbin case. So lifting this lever will release it. Remember not to hold it by that lever when you're pushing it in, or it won't click correctly. So I'm going to turn it so that it faces me, and my thread, just like for the Juki, should be coming over the top and to the right. I'm going to gently place it in, and you can see on the side of my bobbin case there's a little slit. Just going to gently tug my thread until it tucks into that slit. Then I'm going to gently tug it this way so it gets caught underneath this plate, which puts tension on the thread, and then your thread should be coming out of this hole in the top. I'm going to face my bobbin towards the machine, and I'm going to place it inside until it clicks. Now I need to have my upper thread done. When you have the upper thread, you're going to hold it with your finger while you also turn the hand wheel towards yourself. Now it's important to keep a grip on this string, or it's going to pull itself in and it won't come back out, and it won't do you any good lifting up this bottom thread. So I'm going to hold this thread. I'm going to turn the hand wheel with my right hand until the needle goes down and back up and pulls my lower thread through. I'm going to start, there's a little slit in the presser foot right here. I'm going to just tuck those threads in, and then they're both underneath the presser foot, sandwiched between the stitch plate and the bottom of my presser foot.